Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M40 M43. It's the Tier 8 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP. And it's his first contender for the weekend lying competition. Now, Angeline's already submitted a replay and set the standard. Game on! Well, you can see that Talon has one mark of excellence already on the barrel, and this is the 8-inch howitzer, which is capable of doing 900 alpha and penetrating 52mm of armor with 10.5 meters on the burst radius and between 12.5 and 28 seconds of stun. So it's a heavy hitter, but it does have also a fairly long reload time. Standard reload 44.1 seconds. He's got 35.72. Now he's aimed on the road running up to the top of the hill. Normally somebody will try to go up there, and we've got a contender. Rounds out. Oh dear, he's lost a lot of hit points. 196 is all that's credited to Talon, but yeah, he's lost virtually all of his hit points. He's down to just 383 now, so a splash could see him out the game. Now, one of ours has gone up there as well, an ELC M90, and of course he's a 3-shot autoload, whereas this one is a single shot with a 76mm gun. So he's not going to be as capable up against a 90mm autoloader. Yeah, I think he's going to have difficulty. Mind you, our ELC did take a couple of hits, and the next shot hits him for another 165. This Talon moved back just slightly to avoid counter battery. He's gone a little bit further back. Ideally, you should move kind of sideways, but it's a bit difficult to do that on the cliff map, mainly because if you do try to move sideways, you might actually move outside the bounds of cover. Nevertheless, you can move in or stay in the open on some maps, mainly because you just need to check and see where the enemy tanks are. Going for the Progetto there. Don't know if we did any damage, but I suspect he did. And he's changed position again. Now, the M43 was built alongside the M40, which of course was armed with a 155mm gun, which made that a gun motor carriage. And they originally made one version of each during the war, and they actually saw service with the 991st Field Artillery. It was basically just to test it out and see, did it actually work? Rounds out on that Progetto again. Well, he knew that one was coming, but he did take some stun, and we got some stun assist. They were planning to build 600 M40s. That's quite a lot, actually. I think we can see where that shell impacted the one we fired in, which was a blind shot. It did hit the turret of the vehicle, right on the side of the turret. You can see a big yellow stain there. What actually happened was, in the end, they only built 311 M40s, and by August of 1945, which was basically when they were intending, he's got his first kill, when they were actually intending to use them against Japan, they'd only actually built 8 of the M43 and 24 of the M40 GMC. They did serve in Korea, and by that time they decided that the 8-inch howitzer was actually better than the 155mm gun. So a lot of the hulls that were actually used for M40 GMCs, they took the gun off and instead rounds out another direct hit. He's racking up the damage now. A lot of the hulls that were used for M40 GMCs were then fitted with the 8-inch howitzer and become M43 HMC. So, of which, of course, they were going to build 576. So, they actually reduced the numbers because, of course, by that time, America was in peacetime. They didn't need to spend money on armaments when, of course, there was no war. They weren't fighting a war at all at that point. Of course, they did have to fight a war in Korea, but by then They had other Arty as well, like the M41 HMC, which was a new version of the Chappie. They also made some which were called the T30 ammo carrier, and that was also designed to carry around the ammunition for the M43 and the M40. Of course, the thing is, when it's such a big howitzer, you couldn't really carry all the shells inside the vehicle, so you actually had something else. Oh, that was a direct hit. You had something else to carry the shells around for you, and the crew would always go in trucks as well that were associated with the vehicle. So ammo was carried by others. But the problem with this Arty is in the game, Wargaming have only given it 16 rounds. And that's really not enough. It's a bit like the Object 261. They only give you 20 rounds in that, and you can easily run out of ammunition. Same is true with the T92 HMC. You can run out of ammo if you're not careful, and it's easy to do that. Rounds out the T32, stuns him, lands behind him. I reckon we're going to get some stun assist there. Yep, we did. Oh, lots of it. Masses of stun assist there. So it looks like our BZ176 really took it out on that T32, and we benefited from the result. So far, it's a bit even. The enemy does have control of the donut, and so we really can't move out into the open that easily, but we're firing up at this Type 57, splashing him. There's also an SMV CC56. Well, he's getting very close to us. No, it's the CC67. And he's fighting against our Barask, and there he is. Now, that's causing problems for our Barask because he might go down. But he actually is taken out by a Nomad instead, up in the sniper's nest. Okay, we've now got an AMBT. We're almost loaded, but we need to confirm where that AMBT is. Well, he fired in anyway. Oh, he got him. He did hit him. A blind hit. Well, that's good news. He took a chance that the guy was still there. I thought he might wait until he had confirmation of where the guy was. We're 1 down on the enemy, but we're 1,000 down on hit points as well. It looks to me like the enemy is consolidating their defense. We just lost the BZ176 to the Progetto 46, who may have fallen back. There's the MBT, rounds out. Oh, it went long and exploded behind him. In front of him, actually. So I think that Progetto 46 has gone to the sniper's nest at A5. And he's defending, and that's why we lost the BZ. But now we've got the Scorpion G. Oh, he's just been taken out as well. And that was by the Type 57. So we're 2 down on the enemy now. This is not good at this stage in the game, because we've only got 4 left on our team. We've only got 4 shells left for Talon as well. So he needs to be careful he doesn't run out. He needs to make those shells work for him. We can't go up the Western Pass because there's a Shrek that direction. We have got the Brask. He's moving to a new firing position. So if the enemy makes a push on our cap, then we're going to have 2 tanks, the Nomad and the Barask, to stop them. But there's an SU-130 PM. He's just been spotted in the middle, and this is a perfect opportunity for Talon to equalise the scores. Rounds out. And it's a kill shot! Beautiful target selection there. Talon knows exactly which tank to go for. SU-130 PMs don't have much in the way of armour. If you get the shell on target, they go down. You normally get a pen at the very least, but he knew he could get that one. Now, our CS-53 holds the top of the hill. Oh, did for a while there. M40, M43 is just taking him out. And now we've got the Progetto up on top of the hill. So we're down by 2 now. Progetto's supposedly next to that wreck. He's put the round in there. 2 rounds of ammunition left. Both stun HE. We've got an SMV-67 moving towards our sniper's nest. Our Barasca's actually gone down into the dip. Okay, the guy just stopped. Now, I'm wondering if he got tracked or has he decided to do that? Well, he's now taking up a position where he's going to have to stay here for a moment and use his gun depression to get shots on our guy. And that's what Talon can do. He can, whilst he's camping, we take him out. But unfortunately, we just lost the Barask, which is very bad news. But now it's 2 versus 3. So they're 1 down, and they've only got 890 hit points. And of course, 400 of that belongs to Talon. He's full health. The Type 57 just got hit, and now he's kind of trapped because he's in the bowl and he's a one-shot for Talon, and he's almost loaded. Talon, he can take this guy out. Rounds out. He gets the kill. A direct hit wipes out, and that means now it's 2 versus 2. The enemy Arty is focusing on that Nomad. We don't know where the Shrek is, but that's the only other tank. So it's 2 tank destroyers, 2 Arties versus each other. This is where it gets interesting, because it's more than likely the enemy Arty will try to counter battery Talon. If he doesn't, he'll try to go for the Nomad. Now, the Shrek does have slightly more hit points, but only just. Remember, the M40, M43's 400 hit points. We can expect their RT to have 100% as well. So their Shrek does have 412 hit points, whereas our Nomad only has 359. Oh, he tried to counter battery and he got it wrong. So we've got no shells left. We're out of ammo. Oh, we just found the Shrek. Well, we might as well ram him if we can. And if not, then the Nomad is going to have to do the job instead. Oh, unfortunate that. We didn't see the Shrek was there. Talon couldn't know that he was there, but he was trying to get on the move to spot for his team. Once he had no ammo left, there was nothing else he could do. Unfortunately, the Nomad was out of position at the time it happened, but now we do know where the enemy Shrek is. Now, if that Shrek goes for our cap area, the Nomad should be able to snipe him. So it'd be a very bad move for the Shrek to go to the cap. In the meanwhile, we know where the enemy Arty is. He's supposedly up in the northwest corner of the map. Now, I had the feeling that this Nomad is going to come down onto the western pass from the donut, and he's going to try and spot the enemy and take him out from up here or down there in the corner. Oh, he's found the enemy Arty. Good night. Okay, that equalizes things now. It's 2 TDs versus each other. Sometimes, or normally, it's 2 Arties versus each other, because that's what happens. But okay, we're into the last 2 minutes. If the Shrek doesn't start capping, he won't get a chance to, because he'll have to kill in order to win the game. So he's not going to cap. Oh, yes he is! Oh, what a mistake to make! It all happened so fast. Good night. That's the game. The Shrek made a huge error, and Talon gave the Nomad the advantage. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first ace tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the M40, M43. Congratulations on breaking your duck and now having a first ace. You can tell it's the first ace because you got the scrolls underneath the M, and you only get that the first time. So, apart from getting a first ace tanker, he also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, as well as a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And his win rate from that game was 5,089. And he certainly made good use of those shells. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in the game turned out to be the Nomad, who got 3,441. Second highest damage went to Talon with 3,185. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the SMV-CC 67 on the enemy team with 2,641 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the Nomad. He got 5 kills in the game. Talon got 4. 2 kills went to the ISM on their team, and the SMV CC67, the T32, the Progetto 54, and the Type 57 all managed 2 kills as well. And when it came to base XP, it was the Nomad who came out on top, but not by much. 1,176 went to the Nomad, 1,172, just 4 experience points less, went to Talon. And they were the only 2 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base in the game, with the next highest being the ISM, who only managed 892. Talon fired all 16 rounds in that game, and he made very, very good use. And of course, he did the right thing. After he ran out of ammo, he didn't just sit there. He actually went spotting to try and find where the enemy was. Unfortunately, the Nomad wasn't in the right position to use the data that Talon actually did get at the time. It would have been nice if the Nomad was in a position where he would have been able to shoot that that Shrek, but he wasn't there. However, it did tell the Nomad where the Shrek was. And when, of course, the Nomad found the M40, M43 on a drive-by, well, driving past the Western Pass out in the open, of course, it made it very easy then for him to get rid of that one and then deal with the Shrek afterwards. Because, of course, he knew the general area the Shrek was in and around our cap. And, of course, that was a very, very bad move for the Shrek to actually try and get into the cap area. He must have seen the clock tick over the 150 mark, and he just didn't think that, yeah, if I go into the cap now, all that's going to happen is the Nomad's going to slot me, because he's going to know where I am. He's going to be able to see me and shoot me. But it was a lovely ending to the game, because it meant that the Nomad picked up the last 2 kills, got the 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. And of course, it was Talon who gave that information to the Nomad to let him know where the enemy was. So he fired all 16 rounds. He got 6 direct hits on the enemy, and 1 penetrating shot, 14 splashes. So can we guess which one he actually penetrated? Well, let's have a look. Looking at this list now, I would think it was the SU-130 PM. Yes, it was. 828 hit points. Lovely shot. Right on the money. Penetrated him. It was a low roll for 828, but that's all the guy had left. So low roll in the sense of, well, it could have been a high roll. It really doesn't matter, because it took all his hit points. And it was a lovely kill. Yeah, whenever you see a lightly armed tank destroyer, if you're in an Arty, that's the thing to go for. That's the one. If you can get an accurate shot on that guy, you're not only going to yield a huge amount of hit points, you're possibly going to get a kill as well. And that is a really important tank destroyer. You're going to take down somebody who's actually going to be very dangerous to your teammates. By taking him down, you've actually made their life a lot easier. If we go back to the details, we can see he got 3,185 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Did receive 2 hits, both from the Shrek and both penetrations. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 1,637 hit points of stun assist off the 11 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made 104,916 credits from that game, including a 95,000 mission completion bonus. And on top of that, he got 3,516 experience points out of it as well on ×2 game. But yep, he said it absolutely right. When you're out of shells, you spot. That's what you do. And by spotting that Shrek, he actually told his teammate where he was so they could win the game. And the Nomad, I think, was taking that into account. He was reckoning that he could find the enemy RT and kill him and then get the Shrek afterwards. And it worked out. How this works out for the weekend competition, well, the rules of the competition are, if you win an ace tanker, you win the weekend lie-in automatically, outright. You've got it. It's yours. So I'm afraid this means that even though Angelina did have a very good game, the one on Pilsen in the back chat 155.55, she got a 2nd class and a bruiser medal out of that one, and a decent win 8 with a lot of damage on the enemy, but sadly it was all for nothing. She said can't hit anything. Well, she was hitting the enemy. She was getting damage, but I'm afraid that under these circumstances, Talon just completely blew her out of the water, because this was a really good game, and it was a well-deserved first ace tanker. So congratulations to Talon on breaking your duck. Enjoy your weekend lie-in. I think he's placed his order already for what he would like at the weekend. And I'm sure he's going to enjoy it a great deal. I know all of you who like this competition, it really does. It's exciting during the week to know who's actually going to win the weekend lie-in. And it's a last minute thing as well, because it can happen like that just on Saturday night, somebody comes up with a really good game. But we all enjoy it because it's a little excitement to our day. Hope you enjoyed this replay, and if you did, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.